Let's go. We back.
A little brief hiatus.
We back.
Hey, that look just scared me.
I was confused at the countdown. I'm
I
not gonna
was.
lie.
What made you confused about the countdown?
It was just building a suspense. I
Because it
like
was like 30 and then it went to 14 and then it was like you here.
Nah,
You
what's
can
up?
tell we ain't never been nowhere.
How y'all feeling today, man?
I feel great.
That's what's up.
I
Jay,
do too.
how you feeling? All right.
Boy, right now I gotta get my life together.
Yeah, I'm definitely giving little boy, but you know,
What does that mean? You giving a little boy?
that means that
We ain't got nothing done.
That mean I could call you my little brother today?
in a way. Hold on.
Oh well. No, you can't call me your little brother. It's not. No.
Hmm.
No. How's your day going though?
My day is going good. I cannot complain. It's going good. Everything's smooth. How has your week been?
Busy. I work in the cannabis industry on top of doing media, so we just busy right now, preparing
Oh,
for stuff.
so you get into that bad. You work for a cannabis industry.
Mhm.
Okay.
Y'all, yeah, yeah.
It's a
I'm,
new job, but it's a job.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm getting that money. Yeah, I am. They told
Get
me
the
how I
money.
had a review last week. They told me how much my bonus was gonna be for the year. $15,000.
Girl, stop telling your business. What is wrong with you? You could tell
Nobody
you,
know where I stay at. I
girl,
don't let
they'll
people
find
over my
out.
house.
I'm doing something wrong with my life.
Okay? Y'all hiring?
I ain't got no money. I'm sorry. I'm broke.
Y'all hiring?
No, unfortunately, no. Actually, yeah, we are. But
I don't know nothing about
We gonna
cannabis.
talk off mic. Definitely talk off mic. Bree,
Y'all
what's
looking for
good?
a brand ambassador?
Bree, what's good with y'all? You don't even smoke weed.
I could.
smoke
Okay.
weed every day.
I'm sure Halle Berry don't smoke cigarettes, but I've seen her smoke a cigarette in a couple movies before.
Okay, let's get into weekend recaps. Had a good weekend. What about y'all?
My weekend was cool. My friends was here from LA, so we kicked it a little bit.
Shout
Went
out to
to a Sky game.
shout
They
out to
said my name over the jumbotron. I was like,
Like this, she's like, "Dang, somebody!" She didn't
I'm
even hear
here
them though.
in the house.
It
I'm in
was
the
cute.
village. It was cute. I had a cute weekend.
It was definitely cute. I was. You just. We told you. They said your name, and you just was like,
I wasn't paying
"Oh
any
my god!"
attention. Hey,
No,
no, Jay Marie,
it was cute.
you was outside looking real thick this weekend,
Ah,
girl.
and all my it's real. Everything real. Oh, let
I
me put
like
my
that
shit
for
on here.
you.
Yeah, I went to the DCG album release party. I was at the Sky Game with y'all. And what else did I do? I don't think I did anything else.
We
I
should
was
do that more
outside.
often.
I'll be outside. I don't know. The weekends be a blur to me sometimes. I think I was at home on Saturday though.
Well, it seems like y'all have a very eventful weekend. J. Marie was looking thick.
Yes, ma'am, she
Okay.
was.
Okay.
That's what's up. I'm glad that worked out for you some way somehow. Um,
It worked out for me. So it works out for me all the time.
uh, so let me ask you this: when you say it works out for you all the time, what does
Here
that
we
mean?
go.
What does that mean?
It
I
just
mean,
means
it's always giving.
yeah. It's giving what it needs to give when it needs to give, and when it don't needs to give,
It still
it's
gives
still
away
giving.
stuff.
But what is it giving? What was your attention? Do you have it like? Do women have attention when they try and put on some clothes? Like any when they dress and they have any attention?
I bagged a man in some cargo baggy pants, and it's because I'm still thick. So I don't know. There's no intention behind it. I wear what I want, and it's still.
Sometimes it just gives.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you don't be going outside like yo, I'm finna go get it.
Mm,
I'm finna
no.
bag it, man.
It depends. It depends on what you put on, and then sometimes you be kind of amazed on how things look. Once you put it on, you be like, ah, yeah, like this about to be one of them nights.
I'm in my baggy pants phase right now. Though. I like the baggy pants look. Like, I don't know, it's something about the look for me. I just like it.
I like the cargo look, the big
Yeah.
parachute pants.
Yeah.
I think parachute pants look fine on you.
Yeah. I love me some parachute pants. They just, I don't know. They do something to me. Y'all know when I was younger, they made me put wear long t-shirts because my butt was too big.
That's insane. I
Yeah.
had a friend like that. Like
Yeah.
in 7th grade, like she had like a grown woman booty.
Me
And
too.
she
And
still
then
has a grown woman booty.
they make you wear a shirt over it.
Yeah.
They
You was at a Catholic school.
No, my
I went
parents
to
were just
private
really
school.
strict. My parents were
Oh, your
really
parents
strict.
made you do that. It wasn't
Yeah.
the school.
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy.
Outside, everything. My mom used to get mad at me because grown men used to look at me. And I
Oh,
just, yeah.
she can't get mad at you for that.
No, man,
Look,
that's interesting.
like, you need to put a long shirt on. Everywhere I go, they looking at you.
But when you say she was trying to protect your
My innocence?
yeah.
Yeah, probably. At the
Okay.
time, I don't think I viewed it like that. But I think, to be honest with you, I think as you're raising a young woman, I just think there's a certain way you should do things. Because you also don't want them to feel self-conscious about themselves, especially during like them teenage years. So I personally, if I had a daughter, I would have approached things a little different. But my mama did the best she could.
Cause I think hiding it or like trying to hide it, not to come at your mom parenting skills, but like trying to hide it
No, I
would
agree.
make me, cause that's how I was like up here.
Rebellious, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I always had to wear like bigger shirts. My mom was like, "No, you're not wearing that shirt. That shirt looks too small on you." When honestly it was too small, it was just I was shapy up
Mhm.
there. So it's like
I
it
feel
makes
like
you
it
feel,
also
it
like
kind of make you
creates.
feel like what's wrong with me, like
That's exactly how I felt, and then also I feel like it upholds the patriarchy of like, men, like boys will be boys type. You've heard that
it's
saying.
okay for
That
them to
upholds
still
it.
look
Yeah,
and
because
still react, but we have to change the way that we look.
instead of her yelling at the old ass man looking at me, it's like, I don't know, if I'm in the store with my dog, I'm gonna look at him and be like, she's 12, she's 13, like, leave it alone. But I don't know. I mean, we living in different times too, so I guess parenting is parenting. Everybody parents differently. That's all.
That is true. Everybody does parent different, and I
Cause I
guess this
couldn't
is.
wear a halter top till I was like 21.
I guess that brings us to my next question and part of the show is so over the weekend we were in the green room and we were discussing at the Sky game. Shout out to the Chicago Sky for holding it down. We went to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Taylor Money, G and Hollywood performing at halftime. Shit was lit. Um but we was discussing the peaches and eggplant video and how like it's it's a lot of book going on in there. And just like how like
The
Lotto
remix or the regular?
the
The
remix.
remix.
Like how Lotto and them was just doing certain shit with actual eggplants and like different things and stuff like that. And I say this to you guys, like, where do you draw the line with imagery when it comes to women and like how do you over sexualize them? Because here you just mentioned how your parents was trying to like shield like your body from the world because you didn't want people looking at you. But then you got on TV and you got in the media, all they is blasting our women's bodies. So like, I guess I don't even know where you draw the line. Like, what's y'all thought process on that?
I feel like honestly, you just gotta let people be as liberated as they want to. That's just me. I feel like if we talking about the music video and like how the women were acting in the video, how Lotto and Sexy Red was acting, or even just their lyrics, although I don't think the remix was good. If that's how they want to liberate themselves, let them liberate themselves. There's an audience of women who are just free and liberated and just into their sexuality and want to explore more about their sexuality. I don't have a problem with it. If I had a child, no, my child would not be watching that. But yeah, like I can't tell another woman how to act or react to something.
Well, you feel like that? Do you feel like is that the place for it? Like you can be free, but do you feel like you have to be as an entertainer, as a person that has fans that have the. And if my young daughter that's in 7th grade with this body, if she's a fan of you, and this is okay. This is how you showing your body, and this is things that you are doing. This is different between being like, yo, I got ass, I got titties. You know what I'm saying? But like just doing a little shit, extra shit. You know what I'm saying? Like doing a little extra shit.
I'm
Like
not.
like like as a parent, do you sit there and be like, yo, like
As a parent, no, you don't watch that. That's why I feel like they need to bring back BET uncut or do like a YouTube uncut or something like that. Because like even with me, like watching the I remember first time watching tip drill video, I was amazed at how much ass that people just voluntarily shake. And but me growing up in the church, I knew that I could never do that. That's not for me. Like even though they
That's
doing it, I know that that's not what my parents would want me to do. Or I wasn't. I was it amazing to me? Yes. I didn't even know that as like
jiggle
the
that
drill
way.
video was crazy to me. But also growing up the way that I was raised, I know that that lane like that wasn't for me. So I feel like it's just all on the parents. Like you got to instill like yeah you can yeah you're gonna be exposed to it yeah you're gonna see it but you have the choice to be like that's not for me.
Similar to what Bree said, because I grew up in the church too. So I had a lot of rules on me as a teenager. What I will say is that it didn't stop. Like I think a lot of the times, especially if you're a person that is growing up in the church, they want to shield you so much. But the reality of the situation is we're gonna see it. Like my parents could sat there and shielded me from certain things, but that didn't stop me from watching the video. That didn't stop me from. And to Cody, your point, yes. I wouldn't say it influenced me, but it definitely made me feel like if I'm feeling like on one end with my parents that something's wrong with me, and then I see these women over here and they're liberated or they feel good about their bodies, that's going to make me that made me feel a little bit better about myself. Like I didn't feel like, well, damn, there's something wrong with me. So I think it can. I personally feel like what's going on now is a little too much. That's just my personal opinion. I definitely think you have to monitor what your children watch, but at the end of the day, they have, I don't care what anybody says, if you are on a public platform, you have a responsibility to also keep in mind certain things. And like Bree said, like do it, you could do something like an uncut or something like that where you can cater to that audience, but also still uphold a little bit of values because again, a lot of these women have children, minus Lotto, a lot of these women that are doing it, they have children or they have young people around them. So I just think it's being mindful. Like we're raising all of us who have platforms, we are somehow influencing this next generation. And it's up to us to figure out, to guide them in some type of way.
that's valid. That's valid. So when we talking about guiding them and things like that, so what's y'all thought process on was let's head to the VMAs. The VMAs was yesterday, dope performances. Shout out to Puff. Um, you know what I mean? Shout out to Nicki Minaj. I believe she was hosting it. But I think what stood out, one of the things that stood out to me was the whole ratchet girl thing. And it's like a photo of like Sukiyana, Callie, and some other young ladies. But just like Sukiyana whole thing on the red carpet, putting like how she was just being Sukiyana. So I don't want to, as a man, I don't want to get canceled and get dragged for my opinion on that. So I I want to share the, you know what I'm saying, share it with y'all.
I think as a man, you should make some type of comment because I feel like
Yeah.
she's doing it because y'all like it. She's not doing that for us.
Let me ask you
Look at
something though.
her. She not doing that for Bree. She doing that for Cody.
Bree, let me ask you something though, because I actually recently did an interview with a group of young ladies who are rappers, and they were talking about this generation of women who are rapping. Pretty much, they have taken back their liberation. Before they were doing it for men, but somebody made a comment about women now doing it for themselves and because it makes themselves feel good. So is it really on the men or is it the women that like it's the women's responsibility? We uphold the key just like when we give consent. Like everything is on us, I feel like. It's what we want, what we say, and what we choose to do. So I feel like that takes away the responsibility from the woman to in the choices she's making as well.
Hmm.
I don't think it takes away her choice. Because I don't. Like I don't think it takes away her choice because on any given day she can choose to change her. She could choose to change her image if she wants to, or she could choose to say, "Hey, I'm not gonna lay down on a dirty carpet at the VMAs that everybody been walking on
That was
and
nasty.
throw my
That was a
tongue
little.
out."
That was a little too much.
Okay, like I feel like there's a, but then I feel like that's going against what I just said about being liberated. I feel like you can be liberated, but also there's
It's a
a
time and a place. I feel
there is a
like
time and a place, and the VMAs is not that time or that place.
no.
I don't know. I think I'm not gonna comment on her actions, but what I will speak on is that off mic we had a conversation about what's the definition of a hoe, right? And to me, I always felt like it's not what you do, it's how you do it, right?
Okay.
So it's a way to be ratchet, to be over sexualized, to do your thing and still have some type of class and respect about it. You know what I mean? Like I've seen like the sexy reds. I don't know too many Sukianas personally, but I know hella sexy reds. Like right, I know hella mellow bucks. Like I know hella girls that act just. I got little cousins that act like them, that look like them. You know what I'm saying? And they still ratchet hood, whatever you want to call it, but they still have some type of class about about themselves.
Exactly, and
They
I feel like even just the broader, like looking at just like the space, the VMAs, the red carpet is really for you to show off
Your
your
outfit.
dress. You're supposed to give credit
She
to the
had that
crowd.
rainbow ass dress
Right,
on.
make sure that they see your shoes. If you're bent over, we can't see anything but your ass. Like you're not showing off the outfit. We don't know what you got on. The person had to come and like bring the dress over her shoes just so we can see the shoes. Like you not serving the purpose of walking the red carpet.
You think that has something to do with like, because I see that's like the go-to move from women. Like now, when they come to dancing, now like the first thing they do is just they just want to shake their ass. Like they just want to show their ass. Like first, that's the first thing. That's the go-to move. It ain't even a two-step no more. First thing I see when motherfuckers get ready, they want to dance. First thing they do is they start
We used to be crumping in the clubs when I was coming up.
like it's first thing it is just shake that ass. It's like turn over, bend over, and stuff like that. Do you feel like she does that because she feel like that's the best thing she has to offer? Is her being thick?
At this point, I feel like she doing it for the money. She probably feel like this time I make my money.
Yeah.
So
Well, she said something about she. I don't want to get too much into that. I
I
just
think this
think
our
that when
second
it
time
comes,
talking about Suki too.
I just think that when it comes to money, some women have more of a comfortability with going going the max, whatever that is, and to Bree's point, like she said earlier, a lot of it is based off of maybe not how you were raised, but just who you are. I feel like it just comes down to who you are as a person, what you're comfortable with, what you're not comfortable with. Do I agree that it should be forced on some of us? Absolutely not. I just feel like there's a lane, there's a time and a place for certain things, and that's just how I feel about it. Be who you want to be, yes, but like let's be mindful of other people as well.
That's valid. I like the viewpoint. Um, to stick with the VMAs, shout out to the homie Dama T. You know what I mean?
Okay,
He
Okay.
did his thing. Chicago legend right there in the making.
baby, he did a great job considering Sweetie was his co-host because it's so cold. Okay.
Okay. Bree, you went to Illinois Media School. We had training on the teleprompters. You know that it's really hard to read on them though.
It was just
They go so fast. Them
it was the
teleprompters go
face
so
and
fast.
but no, I feel like and not even in her defense, but in situations like that, they always give you notes beforehand.
Oh,
Sometimes you get
okay.
the entire script beforehand.
Shorty ain't read then. You
I
got a whole
think
degree, didn't read.
I think that goes back to the talks that we be having all the time. That like yo, when you putting like the between the fame and the media, right? Right now they're being the industry is being lazy and they going to go get artists and these celebrities to do media, but
They're not skilled.
they're not skilled or they didn't do the proper training to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure it's plenty other personalities or media or journalists that you could have put in that position that would
Exactly.
have held it down and never did what they did. You know what I'm saying? So I think it goes back to that. Like you just can't be putting people in these positions to do certain things and they're not cut out for it.
And
Everybody.
if I was a producer, I would not have continued to put
Yeah.
her in that position. Like I would have been like, okay, Domity, you take most of this. Just let her answer this. Like ask the last question or say, hey, we'll be right back, type thing. Like I would not have continued to put her in that predicament because it was just looking bad.
I mean, a lot of people have a lot to say about her in general, though, because people feel like she's one of them, or she, at least that's how I view her. The girl that shows up and pretty but doesn't do no work. And like, even
She's
if you
great
look
at
at her
making
music,
content.
even with her music, it's the kind of the same thing. Like, you show up and people want to look at you. And it showed when she dropped that album. Did she drop the album like last year or something? Did
Yeah,
like
it was not
11,000
good.
streams or something like that? People
11,000 streams or 11,000 sales.
No, I don't know. All I know is
I
that
think 11,000 sales.
it was really low.
11,000 streams is crazy.
Yeah, it's Sweetie. She got more than 11,000 streams.
No, they were talking about it like it was. I don't know. Don't quote me on it, but I know that the numbers was really really low, and
Because
people
it
were
was
like,
not good. It wasn't good. But I felt like what kind of propelled her a little bit in her career
Quavo.
as herself. Not even just Quavo, just over the pandemic, Sweetie was like content collab, like queen. Like everybody wants to collab with Sweetie. She was doing everything from McDonald's to noodles to Jack Daniels had to deal with her for at least like 2 or 3 years over the pandemic. Like she, as far as like pushing herself out there as like a influencer, she was amazing. Amazing. And I feel like once the pandemic kind of died down, then the whole thing with her and Quavo, so now she's not in the limelight all the time no more. She's not working on making that content like she used to or getting those collabs like she used to. Because this was going crazy. That's when I started liking her over the pandemic when she started. Well,
I definitely like her. That era was definitely something to look at. But what and this goes back to being mastering your craft. Like you can't just. I think a lot of the times, and maybe this reflects that is I'm gonna show up. I'm pretty, so that's enough. And
And
that's
that's
not.
a lot of artists, a lot of artists, especially female artists, think like that. Because I feel like, baby, back in the 90s or early 2000s, you told Lil Kim she had to be on the red carpet. She probably had a script. She was practicing. She knew who was coming up next. She was probably prepared. They probably was like, "Huh, sweetie, read this so you can know what to say." Probably while she was getting her makeup done or something.
Yeah.
And she probably didn't even take it that serious. They probably, you know what I'm saying, gave her all that type of stuff, and she probably just didn't study, didn't know what it was,
Yeah, like she didn't really prepare for it.
or because I want to make sure we choose our words carefully, or she probably just was not good enough for the job, and she just not good enough for the job, but just this is something new for her, so she's struggling through it. So
It's hard to read a teleprompter. I don't care what it's hard.
It can be a lot of different things that. But
Yeah, it can be hard to read a teleprompter too.
Yeah. So, but I do agree, though. I do think that we need to. This just shed that light that everybody that's trying to get into this media game to do this podcast and do all this type of stuff really like need some type of form of training to be able to do it. Because if you don't got no skill sets of doing it, no training of doing it, when you get yourself put on a spot like that, you know what I'm saying, on a stage like that, that shit can go wrong. And now that's all people remember is this. You know what I'm saying?
What's the problem with hiring a real media correspondent though?
That could have been, you know, but
MTV was really good at doing that though. Like,
yeah, MTV usually doesn't do that too much.
We all have those moments. You know what I'm saying, Bree? We got one of your probably your biggest, most viewed content video.
It's terrible.
Terrible.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, but look at you now.
It got the most views out of anything I ever did.
I mean, there's that transparency there too, though. Like it's real. It's real. Like people love real shit. So
I do commend her for sticking through it because every time she messed up, I know that's right.
I know that's right.
Okay, and it went straight to commercial.
One of the funniest moments though was Domity's face when he looked at her like, "You gonna keep talking? Like, it's your turn."
I think that's like the funny part about like when you go to school for it, when you actually go to school, you're actual journalist, and then you're sitting next to somebody that's not trained. Like that whole like just those funny moments.
Because it's like you can't get mad because you know you've been there before, and you kind of feel bad because I felt bad at first.
Yeah, I was.
Like you could see it in her face. She was really trying to concentrate and read the teleprompter, but it was not.
She said,
Okay, it was not working.
And sometimes people just not good at reading out loud. I know you put me in that situation.
Cody.
Butchering everything. I'm butchering hella words. I'm making up words. I'm going off script.
Cody gonna be squinting like this.
No,
Okay.
I'm gonna be like Kanye. You know how when Kanye got up there, he just said, "Fuck that teleprompter." I'm just go up there and say whatever.
George Bush don't care about black people.
I'm gonna give
Okay,
you the
'cause I
whole
just thought
pencil
she was gonna.
first.
I thought at one point she was gonna leave. I thought she was gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm not doing this," and she was
Yeah,
just
I would
gonna
have.
come
That would
back.
have been hard for me too. Like,
Yeah.
you know what? No, I had a moment like that. It wasn't a teleprompter, but this was when I was working with the Windy City Bulls. We were live, like, and I was doing the interviews, and I messed my question up mid question, and I just got nervous, and I'm like, all these people are watching me. You freeze up in that moment because you're just like,
Especially if it's
I
never
messed
happened
up.
before. Yeah, you don't know what to do.
You
So I
don't.
feel it. I've been there before, sweetie. So I feel you. But
You
don't
just have
take
to
those
read.
media correspondent jobs no more. It's another
Or
bad.
just get some training, or mama, get some training. Get, so that way you can be an asset to the next award show. I don't know if anybody gonna hire her for the
Kept
next.
thinking of like me in third grade trying to read out loud in front of the class. Like,
Be all nervous.
I feel so
Like,
bad.
I know how to read, but in front of people.
Yeah, I think the producers could have did a better job too. I'm blaming the producers, honestly.
That's why they gotta hire my homegirl, our in-house Cindy to have to produce that. You did it.
Okay? Because Cindy would have been, sweetie, all you gotta say is, I know that's right, and we go into commercial.
The thing is like, I'm thinking, okay, so there's breaks in between the show, and you position yourself, whatever. There should have been, she should have had some type of, even if it wasn't, they had, some index cards or something, at least, so she had an idea of what she was gonna say next.
Nessa had index cards. Nessa had index cards. Sweetie didn't have any, from what I remember.
Man,
Sweetie didn't have any, but Nessa did. Sweetie should have had some.
we definitely need some of those on when we get in studio, when we having these conversations. Have some index card or a board. Well, we need like a board, like a screen or a board in the studio. When we get into our studio, like we need like a screen.
I like how you saying in our studio.
Ah man, we gonna
Speak that. You better speak that into existence.
Okay, big things popping.
we got big things popping. We already in motion. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, overall, BMA it was a thing.
It
I
was a thing.
I chapped in what I chapped in. I'm too much. I don't know. I just be like, no, I don't know. It's just like it ain't. It's not a real representation of like the culture, and I'm not even just talking about hip hop. It's like right now, it's just everything's so much trendy. It's not really authentic. These award shows back in the day used to be authentic, even from the VMAs to the
The
BT.
Source Awards.
Like everything used to be
Okay,
authentic.
Source Awards.
Now it's just a thing. I think the most authentic thing that I seen from the award show was probably Domity.
Yeah, but that's because we from Chicago.
Yeah, but
I'm so excited to see him.
besides us being from Chicago, he's bringing back that journalist,
Yeah.
that AJ back
Yeah.
type feeling. Like he brought that back. Like he's from the culture, and you can feel it. Like, cause he's like not no celebrity face. That's like
Mm-hmm.
we need you here to sell tickets to get viewers. Like we need ice cameras on Ice Spice.
I miss that. I miss that though. Hopefully they hire some more. Didn't they like fire their whole news staff or something like that? Or they
Yeah,
got rid of
took away the
TV news?
they took away the MTV News altogether, right?
Yeah.
They took away MTV News altogether. And I don't know what they doing with TRL. Are they still doing TRL? I know they brought it back.
I don't think. If you ask me, I just think there's no real creative direction of how to run this shit. I think it's just different people that don't have their pulse on what's going on in the culture and
Is
don't
it
have.
harder too though? Because with social media being such a big role, ain't nobody sitting in the living room like how we used
Watching
to.
TV
Like,
now,
yeah, like
sure.
we used to run home after school to watch 106 in Park. That's not the case no more. Kids are not running home to sit in front of the TV. They running home to play video games or on TikTok. And so
I
like
mean,
how
but change your dynamic though. Change how you do it. Like All right, so if you're gonna do TRL or you're gonna do TikTok and you're gonna do this type of stuff, right? I mean, not TikTok, you're gonna do TRL or 106 in Park. You have to meet your audience where they at. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so if my audience is on TikTok, do a deal with TikTok and do the show on TikTok Live.
Yeah, or if my audience on Twitch and we streaming, we gotta make sure we streaming opposed to trying to make sure we put this up on MTV channel 226.
Yeah, have it simultaneously branding with your TV. So if I want to watch it on the BET app or the MTV app, but have it where you meet your audience where they at. Like you don't have to like the old format is gone. You can meet them. I don't know. I just feel like I see hundreds of tens of thousands of people get on Ari and Tay and them live all the time, right? So why can't you integrate live with the show?
Yeah.
I do like how the VMAs had because I was watching the red carpet on YouTube. So once the red carpet stopped on YouTube, they had the POV VMA. So it was literally somebody. It looked like they had like a camera phone.
Oh,
A camera
that's
phone.
cool.
And they were backstage. That's how they called Megan and Justin Timberlake getting into it. They was having some of the celebrities like take the phone and like walk around and like talk to other celebrities. During the break, they saw who was it that I saw that? Taylor Swift took a picture with Ashanti and Ice Spice, and I was like, damn, I never thought that they knew each other. But yeah, like it was dope. Like to see that behind the scenes that we don't never get to see because we're not there. That POV was dope. I would say that. I
I
watched
think
that.
that's the thing that got into it with Megan over what?
They
I,
didn't get into it. She
They,
said
it,
that.
so it said that they got into it, but it looked like she was arguing with somebody. But it took me a minute to find out which one of those white men was Justin Timberlake because it was a lot.
Yeah,
of
I didn't even
He
see
must
him.
be Team Tour. Tory Lane.
No, she said she posted and said she posted a video of him this morning, like they was together, and she pretty much was like, "I just talk with my hands," but she did look like she was yelling at somebody.
like
I'm
she
not
was
gonna.
yelling at him.
She
Yeah.
definitely did.
He
So
probably was scared.
I don't know. I talk aggressive, so I'm not gonna
That's
say
6'2".
nothing on
Megan
that.
Stallion
That's too
talking
much.
aggressive and she's 6'3". I don't know. I'd be scared too.
6'3" is crazy. You know she's not that tall. Stop
She's
playing
not
with her.
6'3".
Not too much on Megan.
I didn't follow her. I do not follow her. You go to my page. I'm Team Tory all the way, but I saw the thing. I'm not gonna be biased too much. All right, y'all. Like I listened to a little bit of her songs. Some of her songs actually.
But
I'm still
I'm on.
Tory.
Team Tory is crazy.
Cow cow.
All
Nah,
right,
Let
what's
me stop.
next?
Let me
We
stop.
finna go
I'm in
to
the
a
middle.
whole.
Let's talk about some of that.
I'm in the middle. We get into that. But what I was gonna say, shit, what's next is just as toxic. It's not just as toxic, but it is toxic as Tory and Meg. Rooter to the tutor. Pink Hitmaker, man.
Why was Tink on that live like a preacher? She was, because God got me. You know, I'm not.
You did it.
Hey,
you doing exactly how she did it. She's spraying her hair. She like.
Because you guys are.
I'm not a confrontational person.
It was your birthday. Happy birthday. Look at why was she talking like that?
She was trying to display, at the end of the day, she was trying to display the fact that she was calm when we all know she was not. Like,
but
she's trying to get calm.
with her. I was totally fine with her saying that she put her hands on him. Like, as a Chicago girl, sometimes. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Never mind.
I don't agree with that.
Sometimes we get pushed. Sometimes y'all try to take our money. Sometimes y'all put us in weird situations. Sometimes y'all have us thinking we locked in and y'all be switching up.
Sometimes you show up to Cancun after you saw me in Cancun, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little crazy. So on one hand, I see why she did what she did because I can
exactly.
You could pretty much understand the scenario that happened. But at the same time, this is how I feel. You really finna embarrass yourself like that? Like, let's have a little bit more respect for ourselves.
So let's recap this for our audience that don't know what's going on, right?
This made my week. I ain't gonna count.
So recapping this,
Make sure you say Young Bird.
Yeah, he's Young Bird.
he's Christian. Whatever his name
He
is.
ain't make the hits because Tink hit him.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's domestic violence. Homegirl domestic violence.
Home got domestic violence. What she was? What's that? What he call it? 178 something.
yeah, that's crazy though. But so I guess allegedly Hitmaker was in Cancun for his birthday. And he allegedly had some girls, some other young ladies with him. Cause you got to get away from the vibes. You don't know your ex tripping. She doing too much. So you want to get some peace. You want to give her some new little vibes. Some friends, some breath of fresh energy. A breath of fresh air. Like so it's gonna
Brush of fresh air.
yeah, breath of fresh
Take
air.
your
Some different energy. You know what I'm saying? So he bring some young ladies, they kicking it, they having a good time eating, and then the ex pop up. Ex pop up, allegedly tweaking. You know what I'm saying? Want to put her hands on me because she see me having fun without her. You know how it be. As men, we can't have fun without your lady. You know what I'm saying? And
You
then
call me Young Bird instead of Hitmaker.
you know what I'm saying? Then
Young
he
Bird.
ego a little bit. He a little light skinned, so he don't want to be, But yeah, and then they got into a little fight, got to a little scruffles. Uh, and folks say he gonna press charges. Now, do I feel like he'll make us press charges? Yes, because you violated me. Yes, I think at this point in time, eh.
Okay, so
I,
Because yo,
pretty
woo
much,
off the bams and the 1-2s that you've
yeah.
been throwing in there ain't working. Go ahead, Jay.
y'all know what
Okay,
happened though, right?
so from a woman's perspective, I'm gonna give Tink's side to things. Okay, she said she was in Cancun for her best friend's birthday.
She was
They
in
end up
Cancun.
at the same restaurant. Okay,
Ooh.
she texts Young Berg saying happy birthday, woo woo woo. He doesn't acknowledge her, doesn't say anything back to her.
Cause
So
we ain't together.
Mama felt some type of
So
way about
what?
that.
That's so rude.
He
Continue.
says that he left the restaurant. He's like, they were sitting directly across from each other. That was the weird part about it. Okay, they're sitting directly across from each other. He finished up eating and he leaves. And he said he goes to the club next door. Tink gets up, follows him outside, and pretty much that's what she was calling him, Youngberg, with her friends or whatever in his face. He says allegedly she put hands on him. I ain't seen the video, so I don't know.
She said she did.
Okay, so she says she put her hands on him. So this is my thing. I understand as a woman why you felt some type of way. I empathize with you 100%. But the way my pride is set up, ain't no way I'ma let them girls see me sweat, and ain't no way I'm finna let you see me sweat. We're going to handle this privately. I'm finna find your ass and we finna have a conversation. Ain't no way I'm doing all of that. Ain't no way. Because she embarrassed herself.
I
Like at
mean,
the end of
he
the
be
day,
making
even
her
if
feel
she's
some type of
corny,
way.
she
Listen,
embarrassed herself.
when you
Maybe I'm built different because
go ahead, Bree.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I've only been in that. I've been in that predicament more than once, and I felt like the one time I did react, at the day after, I was like, yeah, I shouldn't have did that. Like I felt bad for myself, but in that instance, and listening to her live, it's a build up of a
Yeah.
lot of
That's
stuff
why I
that we
said as a
study
woman,
letting you
I
get away with.
empathize
Like, how many times
100%.
do I have to play the good, calm girl? Like, because if the roles were reversed and you would have texted me being the, cool person that I am, especially if we technically on good terms at the time, we cool. I'm finna, hey, oh, thank you. Thank you for my happy birthday. And that's it. You ignoring me on top of whatever else we got going on. Oh, now I'm finna embarrass you.
But at the end of the day, I don't feel like she embarrassed him. She embarrassed herself. Like,
He probably felt embarrassed.
that's the way I'm looking at it, because think about, like, Bree, let's just break this down for a little while. We all
No,
know
I
that
agree with you because
we all
I've
feel
been
like
there before. So I
but
agree with you
it's the
now.
person you did it over to. Like, this is my thing. It's the person you did it over. Now, if it was I don't know who's a real popular person like that. You,
She was in love with this man though. She
I
talked about it
feel
all in her live. Like
I know that I understand that, but like,
That's crazy how that's a thing though. Like
ain't nobody going
I
down
put it
bad
in
like
her
that.
life
Like,
like
she
that.
was in love with this. She told
understand,
him.
and I probably would have
Putting it in
ended
the
up
live
at
just
your
made it that
hotel
much
though.
better, huh? It made it
Yes.
that much real. Like
She
it was
was
in the life.
baby. She was on her Lauren Hill. She was very prolific in that. She said, "I was in love with him." You know,
But she also never claimed
he
him up
made
until
money
now.
because she was going off of him. He didn't want to be claimed.
He seemed very like nonchalant, not like the
Who
young bird.
did you
Like,
watch him on Love and Hip
yes,
Hop?
I did, but I'm saying like
Do he
it's
give
a
out
way.
Chicago, a Chicago, typical
He give
Chicago
off
dude?
of Chicago. What you think, Jay Murray?
I don't
I
think
just feel like
he
he
don't
went
remind me
from
of the West Coast.
nonchalant
He don't give
until
Chicago to me, but he give off like
He give
he
out
give off
LA.
that one. He give off that one dude in high school that really didn't get girls, and then like something happened, like he get money now or something. So now he's like,
I
that's
don't
what he give off
know.
to me.
I don't
Nah,
know him. I don't know if that's what he give off because I ain't never really paid attention to
He
him.
give off one of them men that are like,
He seemed
I'm
cool.
going in public. I'm gonna really like show her off. Like I'm gonna always be right next to her, so y'all know that I ain't going nowhere until I'm ready to go somewhere, no matter what I do, type thing. Like that's what he give off to me.
But let me tell you this though, you're only getting one side of the story because we ain't even really getting his side aside of what the quote unquote build up has been. So just because she's running to the live and she's curating the narrative, don't mean that that's completely true. You know what I mean?
let
I
me
ain't
ask
saying
y'all
what you do.
something. Was he right for recording? Because he made a comment about the whole Tory and Meg thing. He said Tory should have recorded.
Um,
Was he right? And like, dude, so I guess Cody, as a man, if you're in that space of like this, status, do you feel like men should be protecting themselves too at this point? Because we don't. Women do get crazy too sometimes.
yes, I think you. I think everybody should protect themselves in all instances. In this case, what makes this case so very sensitive because not even a whole 2 years ago, I want to say 3, if max. You know, him making had the situation when he had the young lady he was dealing with, and she had them dudes come to his crib, and he kind of had the physical altercation with the young lady and the people, and she got beat up and was trying to say he beat her, he assaulted her and shit like that, but she brought them dudes to his crib to rob him. You know what I'm saying? And
He
he
got
could have
set
been
up.
dead. He could have been dead. He got set up. So I feel like when you survive stuff like that, especially like right after Pop Smoke just was in like the same, just got killed in L.A. Like you seen how they setting up rappers, women setting up rappers. I think well, just not women, but just people like rappers getting set up. I think that you should always take precaution, and I think he's probably on another level of precaution now, and he's just I don't know, traumatized. So it's like, yo, something to go down. He don't know what Tink finna do. He don't know how she can abuse him. Everybody seen what happened with Chris Brown. You think if Chris Brown would have recorded Rihanna back in the day, based off the stories that we've heard afterwards, and then after the part that she
But she
admitted,
admitted that she put her
right,
hands on him.
right.
So
But
same thing.
her admitting years later, opposed to everybody having footage in real time of like nothing starts off if she don't hit him. That's being visualized and seeing that from the beginning. Like, damn, like she is really hitting this man, and he be like, "Go on, get off me," and she get hit with a 1-2. It's different opposed to the narrative being "you beat me." You know what I'm saying? So I think, yeah, I think in this case, and in just how the way the world going right now, yo, just
Keep your hands to yourself. That's all I'm gonna say. On
But
both
also
ends.
watch how you treat people.
mm,
Absolutely, but I just feel like as women, we have to be accountable for certain things too. Like we can't
yeah.
sit here and put everything just because we're emotional and that doesn't give us the right to also do certain things.
She also
We have
took.
to
I mean, she
learn
took
self-control.
accountability for it. Sometimes you lose it.
Yeah, absolutely. But that if a man was saying that, we would not be having this conversation.
We wouldn't be because in the same,
What?
literally in the same
Yeah, but it would be way different. It would
in the
be a
same
way different conversation.
in
There
the
wouldn't
same
be
three
a
day in the
sometimes you
3 day
lose it.
in the same 3 day time frame, Kevin Porter, I think it's Kevin Porter Jr. of the Houston Rockets, literally has all been trending out yesterday. He's just got dropped from the team. He got arrested for beating up his
But
girl.
do you see the consequences that and not and is correct. Like he very much so should be in trouble. But what I'm saying is that as women, we also have to be accountable. That we can't just follow this term of we just lose it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like that we have to learn how to control our emotions too.
because
And
folks can't say he just lost it.
if a situation is not serving us prior to, and we know that before we even get to the point where we start acting crazy, maybe we need to remove ourselves. And that's the accountability that we have to take on our end, because then it builds up into this big thing. And then we have situations like Chris Brown and Rihanna. We have situations like the one he just spoke about, or the Tory and Meg situation.
But sometimes you remove yourself and things happen, like you went Cancun and this man pop up at the same resort as you.
But she also had a choice though. She could have left and been like this goofy ass muff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
She
she
had
had
a
a
choice. She
choice.
was trying to lighten the mood and say happy birthday. Now you want to play with me.
No, see,
Stop playing with me.
logically speaking, Jay is right. If we live life by logic and like if this happened, this supposed to happen, this is the best way to handle certain things. Yes, logically, I text you happy birthday. Oh, you didn't respond. Okay, I come into the restaurant. I see you with some other girls. All right, that's what you want. Cool. I'm not even going to put myself in this space. I'm gonna just we're gonna go to another spot because we've all been to restaurants in Cancun and resorts. Resorts have multiple restaurants on the resort, so you can go boom. You know what I'm saying? And you
But why
think
I gotta leave?
because you don't want to
He
put
left though. He left first.
right,
What's
but it don't
wrong
matter.
with
Like
him?
you just in it, just logically speaking,
I understand y'all keep talking
yourself.
about this logically
But
speaking,
in
but in the real
reality,
world,
right?
sometimes
That's
emotions
it.
do pile
But
up,
you
and
can't. My
sometimes
point is,
can I finish talking?
yeah,
Sometimes emotions do pile up, and sometimes when those emotions do pile up, a lot of people are not mentally or emotionally trained to handle certain situations like certain situations. Why? A lot of people learn off experience. For all we know, that could have been Tink's first time reacting like that. Maybe she never been in love with a man like that before. Maybe he was selling her a dream right before she got the type thing. Then she get that, and it's a whole nother situation. So I'm just saying, I get it. We are in a perfect world. Everybody thinks logically. Oh my God, we'll never embarrass myself like that. But when you're put in a certain situation where you feel like someone is continually biting at you, after a while you're gonna react. Am I saying that she right for putting her hands on him? Not at all. But sometimes a reaction is needed to let a nigga know, stop playing with me. Y'all could keep on with the logic though. Go ahead.
it's not about the what I'm
All too
saying.
much on the logic. Go
It's
ahead.
not about the logic though. It's about what's. This is my thing. You're using this emotion as a okay emotions. We're women. We have emotions. But if a man were to use that, he would be in jail. So we as women also have to be
He said he
mindful
gonna
of
press
that.
charges on her. If he feel like he needs to,
He's
if he
not
feel like
finna.
he
He's
got
not
hurt
finna press
and
no
he
charge.
want to press charges, by all means, she should not have put her hands on him.
I I agree with you. I say I agree with both statements. I agree with both people saying. What we was really trying to say, and if we just break it down logically, this is how things happen to not put yourself in that situation. But also on the flip side, we do know that everybody in reality, people don't deal with logic. They just sometimes they base their things off emotion. They make decisions off emotions and impulse. And this is pretty much all the shit we talked about was just based off emotions and impulse. So yeah, she did it, but that doesn't excuse that how that went in any of these situations. People that did act out of emotion, and doesn't excuse their behavior and make it right. I don't care how he or she made you feel. You still don't have the right to go put your hands on them.
For sure. And you have to suffer the consequences. If he feel like he wants you to press charges, that's something that she gotta deal with.
I just don't like when shout out to my boy Q. He said this on Twitter. Uh I don't like when people run out of stuff to say about a situation. They be like, oh, that's why he ate my ass, or
Oh, she
I,
was on that.
See, but she could have did
I
that for the job.
blasted
I feel
all
like
on
that
this
would have
shit, like
embarrassed him more. Like she would
She
have went
was
out
on that.
live like
She
on
was
some.
like, he ate my ass.
people say
Multiple
stuff like
times.
that. It's like they don't be having nothing. Like they just at this point you just ain't got nothing to say. Like
No, I think that was what she was realized. I shouldn't have did all that.
yeah,
I
that
just
was
She
feel
crazy.
realized
like
she shouldn't have did it.
If she was gonna embarrass him, she should have just went out live and said that, like, or should just like called him out or something. Like, I feel like it would
But
have
I
been.
feel like
But then, is that
no,
an
no
But
embarrassment?
again,
person
it's,
embarrassed enough that I feel like you can't really
yeah,
embarrass him. Like he's never gonna personally feel
yeah,
embarrassed.
that's true.
Like, I don't feel like
Yeah,
that's not. But that is that really embarrassing to say? Like, yo, I ate Tink's ass.
Like it's Tink.
it's right.
It's like if somebody like if I'm fucking Rihanna and they be like, Rihanna come out like, yo, he used to eat my ass on the interview. It's like, yo,
Most men are
It's,
gonna be like,
you're
"What's it?
fucking
What it
Rihanna.
tastes like?"
okay, give that man a key to the city. You feel me? Like
So it's a lot of people that wish they could eat your ass right now.
yeah, she was just kind of saying something. Sis was heated, but I feel like
Yeah, so you know,
Look, I just
well,
don't want it to go down bad. That's all.
they
Like,
better
I
not
still
send her to
run
jail.
out bad. They
I love her. Like,
when
but
it's
I
not,
love
it's
her.
not gonna be fire.
Okay, this new music about to be a hit.
I want her to talk about. She better make a song about that whole night. Like,
She gonna make a whole Winter's Diary. Okay.
right? Well, that was I think that's what they was arguing about too, because she didn't want him a part of Winter's Diary.
Yeah, she didn't want to do her next project with him.
There's a reason for that. I'm not saying her feelings are not valid at all. I just want her to be more mindful. That's
I'm not gonna lie. The shit that she did make with Hitmaker has been fire. It's been that to me, them Winter Diary projects. It sounds so local. And
the point though.
I
Like,
get
why
it. I get it. Yeah,
don't she elevating, but she don't gotta forget about her true core
Okay, and
audience.
what's wrong with her taking what she learned and what she experienced with him and
if it ain't broke, don't
trying to
fix
make
it.
it bigger? We might get the finest album ever from her because she learned what she learned working with Hitmaker.
Who do you think? Okay, so not Hitmaker, obviously, but who do you think is another producer that would like help elevate this project now?
London on the track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think what you did for Summer?
If she do a project with London and knowing what she doing, she not gonna end up with a baby. So I think she should get with London.
I think London on the track could be. I think he'd be great. I think I would love to her to do a project with C6 if she's gonna make a local sound.
True.
I think like dude is a musical genius. I just don't think he's just. I think that'll be a dope project. I think C6 and Tink will probably like it'll go crazy. On that way, it'll get her what she need. But London, yeah. But like how she said though, like this is like Winter's Diary is like her core Chicago. This is what got me like that type of fan base, and I think she needed to link with a producer that understands that sound.
Mm-hmm.
True.
I agree. Well, girl, we praying for you, and we can't wait to hear this album.
Okay, hopefully he don't press charges.
Let me be clear. I still think he a little.
Don't short me. I always want to press charges.
Hey, not too much on him.
Short me.
Like we can't be one side. But
okay,
shout out
I'm
to
in the middle. Okay, I see both sides, but
I hope y'all get that shit together.
I'm a girl, so
for somebody that I wish they get that shit together, it's the boy G Herbo. We seen his breakdown.
Oh my gosh.
We seen his breakdown on Instagram over the weekend. Apparently he having some issues with his label. Is somebody playing the video?
Yeah. Can we hear it?
I've been signing the machine since I was 16 years old, so I was a minor. My parents had to sign me over, you know what I'm saying? We've been family, been independent, made history. Boom. So, 16, first and foremost, I signed my publishing away for perpetually for 15 grand. But Nate, he claimed he ain't know the business. I was young anyway, so bottom line, I got to the bottom of it, of course. We got that back. Been amended that contract so many times. Long story short, over the years, been independent, worked with other labels, Sony Red, Epic. Now we in Republic System. I never had a direct deal with the label. It's always been with him, with Machine. So over the years, when we started generating money, probably this was we was on the Sony system, like 19. pull me to the side, like, bro, let me run your business for you.
You talking about JB?
I think it's both of
Yo,
them.
it's crazy.
What's crazy?
Nah, it's crazy
Is
because
that not public information?
Just the entity of the. We're just
I
gonna
just
say
know,
the entity
I
of the
just
record
know
label.
we know everybody kind of like involved in this situation, so I don't kind of want to name drop because he name dropping. If you don't know folks' real name, you probably ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? But he talking about Machine and the people that own Machine NT, his label. They was, I guess, they stealing money. Supposedly, he was supposed to get them to sign him out his contract. They trying to say he signed the contract under duress. So the Machine saying they made him sign the contract under duress, so it's invalid. And you know, it's a lot going on in that situation. It's a lot of shit that's happening that I will not speak about on this live.
Here we go. Why even
I hate
bring it
when you
up
do
if you're
that.
not
Right.
like you feel me?
Could
Okay,
have told
prayers
us
out
that
to
off
G Herbo.
mic.
Who next? 'Cause who we gonna talk about
Wow,
next?
that's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm not saying we have like,
But
but
I
in this
guess
instance, I don't know both sides of the story either.
it's a lot that's going on with that situation. But I guess I want to bring it up as far as like too, like it's crazy to see like quote unquote Herb going through this publicly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we watched Herb grow up since he was 14, 15 on the internet, just doing music from gangway to all the way from kill shit to who he is now. And just to see him go through this publicly, I guess there's so many things I want to touch on with the situation, but I just like, do y'all feel like this was like the right move, or how did you view him for doing this on the internet?
That was gonna be my question. Like, of course, we be trying to be respectful to all the people that we hold dear. Um, like I don't. Why did he feel like he had to take it to the internet? Like I
Mm-hmm.
get it. We all like I get it. He wanna, and then even like the caption was like a message to my young artists. Don't be afraid to stand on your business. Like you could have said that without putting the people that technically in a way really like was behind you for a real long time, you know, throwing them under the dirt. I feel like there was a different way to say it. Because you really just got on the internet and just told your business. Which, if you fine with that, you do that. I'm an advocate for everybody involved. I hope they work this out because at the end of the day, I feel like when you work with people for so long, y'all become family.
That's what
And
I was gonna say. Like them.
people still, my cousin done stole my mama them TVs how many times? But every time he come back and want to get some food, they still give him some food.
I
Like
think
y'all family. Stop, Cody. Stop. But I am serious. Like y'all family. That's how I've been brought up with family. Because if it was up to me, baby, I would have xed out a couple people in
you
my
don't think that's a
family.
little
But
toxic though.
what? The fact I said what no, it's normal to me.
I get I get it because it's same thing. But I'm just saying. I think. Well, I'll say this. Um, I think taking it to the internet removes the chance of them working things out privately
Mm-hmm.
to because above anything I think isn't JB like his son's godfather or something like that. One of them, I don't know. But I'm just
I
saying
think
Mickey
there's
that's mixed. I
is.
think that's mixed.
Mickey is his. Yeah,
there's
Mickey is.
ties to the like these people been around like the family like it's so I feel like it just takes away that opportunity to try to work things out. And so now, when you go online and you pretty much tell the family business, it just I don't know, but
Yeah, that's why I think it was just I just feel like it was a different way he could have went about it. If the underlining goal was to send a message out to the children and the young artists that's coming up that may have deals or independent deals with, investors or people that they feel like, oh, this been my uncle for how long? He finna bring me into the music game. Like, there's a way that you can drop gems and school some young artists up besides putting other people under the dirt. Especially because something like some legally, if y'all going through legal issues, like don't put that out on the internet right now.
Then on top of that, I think above anything, even though he said that and like put that as the caption, I think towards the end of the video, he did end up saying like they blocked me. So if you just know, like he made a direct like message to them too, or to Jay if it is JB to him too by what he said. He said they blocked me. This I don't remember what else he said, but he was talking about them blocking him, and then pretty much he was like saying like I'm finna get my, you know, I don't know. So
I hope it just ends well.
the
Whoever
thing
owes
is
whoever
like,
money, I hope it ends well. I hate to
um,
see another Chicago artist be in a bad deal. And
people people talk. They were talking about how like this is something that is normal within the industry for record, you know, for record labels to do these types of things. But then my question also, you know, is that a lot of the times these record labels, managers, whoever, they up money in the beginning of their careers. And, you know, I'm not saying that it wasn't paid back because I don't know that, but I'm just saying, I don't know. I just feel like when you're dealing with people that you've grown with, it should be handled a little more delicately
for
because
sure,
they're responsible. They're partly responsible for your career. Like,
I
and that's
agree.
the bottom line.
Yeah, I mean, shit, you hitting it right on the head. Both of y'all said a lot of key. Y'all touched on a lot of key points with that shit. So I don't know. It goes back to the conversation we're gonna keep having when it comes to this music business. As far as the business, like um, if I invest in you, it's for it's for a gain for me personally as well, right?
Hmm.
For
And
sure.
if you're gonna understand business up front, the thing is in business is to get the most what you can out of a situation without compromising yourself, right? So if I could come with a 16-year-old kid that I don't really know like that, I just know he's talented and I got a bag. Of course, I'm gonna probably throw a contract at him and just try to get the most out of it. That's the music industry. That's business. That's life. It's
But
all
also a large part in that is because you really believe in this man too.
yeah, but that don't have nothing to do with me. Feel like if I'm gonna try to get over on the deal.
Yeah.
It's that kid's parents and his people and the people
Their
around
responsibility to
that
check the
make that right.
contract.
That contract is right. You know what I mean? So business, you get what you negotiate. You know what I'm saying?
And then you also like to add to your point when you said like this is kid, I don't know him. So sometimes I think these artists look at it and be like, man, how could you do that to me? Because they built a relationship after they signed that contract. So it feels like, damn, how could you do that? How could you have me sign a bad deal? But it's like when you first met that person, I didn't know you. I didn't know if you was gonna make it. I didn't know if, you know, I'm taking a gamble too with my bag.
And in retrospect, as an artist, I've seen artists look at the investors and the people that have the independent deals when they approach them and they are really only looking at a bag. You're not looking at it as, oh, this man got all this money to invest in me. He got these connections and he could walk me into labels and like, oh, like we really finna build a family. Like, no, you looking at it as he finna blow me up. You're not looking at it as nothing else. So
Exactly.
now that things not going your way, you're looking at it as, oh, well, you did me wrong. We supposed to be family. When initially, when you walked into this, you didn't know me from a can of paint, so you
Mhm.
didn't know nothing about this family dynamic that we built.
Yep.
Oh, at
I
all. It is like just to go in depth and just to go in depth with that whole situation where like you don't know me from a can of paint, we doing business. Like the business of the music business is never black and white. Like if you ever try to do like spreadsheets and accounting with artists, you wasting your fucking time. Like, but if people don't ever really notice, like, yo, I supposed to be helping you out with your music career, but then it just happened to you having baby mamas. I gotta help you out with the shit with your kids.
legal trouble.
I gotta put you up in legal trouble. I gotta get you a career. Like you got a smoking habit, so you want money to smoke. Now we talking about wardrobe. Let's talk about traveling. Let's talk about you and your guys. You and your guys doing shit. You doing dumb shit, so I gotta put out bond money. Like when you sign that contract, I'm putting up expenses for all that because you are my investment. So all this money I'm putting down is an investment. And a lot of times in those music contracts, a lot of that shit don't have no. It don't be like, yo, no one's keeping track of what I put in, right?
Some people are keeping track of what they put in. So when you come back yelling, y'all took money from me, this is how much technically
Yeah,
you owe me.
yeah. But I'm saying the people on the artists is never keeping track of like how much they spent on me.
Not for
You
sure.
know what I'm saying?
Not for sure.
They not
It's
saying like, yo, you spent 100,000 on me. You know what I'm saying? But over here to this year, we only made 25K. So you want to hold 75,000. You know what I'm saying? Putting this money behind me and trying to get this deal and trying to hope that we blow. They're not thinking like that. And then the deal you get, I still got to bust it down with you, and then we still got to make sure it lasts. Then you run out of your advance money. Like the whole people don't think about that part of the game. They just
yeah.
think about other shit. You're not responsible with bread. Like, so
We're not saying he not responsible for it, just
no,
artists
it's
and
no.
In
things.
general,
In
yeah.
general, just want to
It's
put that out
it's
there.
up to the artist really to you gotta have somebody really in your corner that is gonna keep a track of, like he said, like just the business aspect of it, because I don't see how, if you're touring and you're doing this and you're all over the place, how you're going to be able to keep a track of that. So then when the record label comes and says, "Hey, we have itemized everything that we've spent towards you," you can't argue. There's no way for you to argue that, because you didn't keep a track of it either.
I do
So
hope they figure it out though, because
yeah,
I thought we haven't seen too well. If I could be wrong, but I thought we haven't seen too many independent labels that come from Chicago and like really just do the journey with an artist, a Chicago artist, and build them up to where they have with her. I'm not gonna say for her, but with her. So I think for the city, I hope they do figure it out, whether it was a bad deal, whether it was some confusion on money. I hope something gets figured out, because I feel like that was really like a staple and it gave a lot of other people hope.
absolutely.
I just realized from information I've heard, and I won't speak on it.
Here you go with the information that you heard that you don't want to speak on.
I mean, we just got to give context without giving context. It's just real. This is the we transparent. Like, we're gonna be transparent about the situation, but without not getting into street shit. Like, at the end of the day, this is street shit. So we're not gonna get in no live talking about street shit and gossip. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't think their relationship. I think their relationship might be done. I think that relationship might be done. I'm 70% sure that their relationship is done.
But I even be cool with like if the business is done, but we could walk away like, all right, this is what we did and just move on. I'm not talking about them per se, like, but in another sense, if it was somebody that was coming from Chicago, building this whole empire from Chicago, like, it's okay if y'all gotta stop doing business. It's okay for people to walk away from business.
It's definitely okay for
People
people.
act like that's not a thing. You can
Yeah,
literally walk away platonically from a business and it'll be fine.
I agree.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to I feel like the people that's gonna do it. The people that I feel like that's gonna do it is
No more heroes.
I think No More Heroes is gonna build it. I think they are an artist away, and it's not gonna be traditional rap that's gonna break them.
Mm.
The next artist that break out Chicago is not like they're gonna be a star. It's not gonna be traditional rap how we feel like how we've been trying to go
No,
about.
for sure. I
It's gonna
believe
be
that wholeheartedly.
it's gonna be somebody different. But yeah, shout out to her, shout out to all the parties involved, thoughts and prayers to everybody. You know what I mean? Just just hope this goes smooth. Um,
Prayers.
prayers, man. Do we want to touch on? Do we want to touch on?
Congratulations to D Rose.
Okay, we ain't gonna touch on Lil Reese. Okay, shout out to D
Let's talk about
Rose.
Lil Reese.
Yeah, Lil Reese foul. But I mean that in a good way. Don't need no smoke from Lil Reese. But shout out to D Rose and Alana Rose. Was it Elena?
I think it's
Alana.
Marina.
I thought it was Alana.
I don't know. I ain't gonna cap. I don't know. But she cute. She's so adorable.
Definitely cute.
They kids are adorable.
I just got a question, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Why he ain't had no shirt on?
Cause he a rock star. I loved it.
I thought that was Flatto.
I thought it was lit. I loved it.
Somebody else did that at a wedding. I can't remember who it was. They didn't
I
wear
feel
a shirt.
like when but I feel like they didn't get married. Like they didn't have a real wedding. When Pamela Anderson and got married, he didn't have a shirt on.
I think that was Flower D Rose had on.
I thought they both looked amazing.
Yeah,
They look good. They do. I'm
So who
happy
was
for them
Shorty? I
both.
saw Cody ask this on Twitter, and it made me, when I read it, I wanted to know who was Shorty that he stole her from.
So I guess I had it wrong. From what I thought he stole it from like his teammate, his friend. But it wasn't like that. When he was saying Ryan, he was telling his friend Ryan like, "Yo, I want her." I thought
Oh,
he was telling him like one of his guys like, "Yo, I want your girl,"
okay.
because we didn't seen in situations where people done told dudes like, "Yo, I want your girl."
And it happens,
When it happens, I
and they
didn't see
get married and live happily ever after.
crazy, right? That's how it happened.
That's I, look. I'm telling you. So one of my friends do that to me. They get their ass beat
Baby,
on
I've
site.
site. Seen it happen.
On site. All
I didn't
all
see.
that logical go out the window with that.
See, here you go. You proved my point, Jay.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm just saying, like
if a,
I say it.
if a
I see
friend
why Kelsey beat Meg ass. I'm
if a
just
friend say that, yes, that's wild. If your friend be like, "Yo, I I want your girl," if a friend be like, "Yeah, I want your girl," and if my homie come to me and tell me like, "Yeah, I want your girl," if you fuck up on the get it, you not my homie because one, this is my girl, and why would you feel comfortable telling me that?
If he
I
feel
got a
comfortable
question
telling you that
though.
that's not your friend and
That's
he
not my
been viewing
friend.
you as a goofy, you
Yeah,
probably be putting up more money for the bottle than everybody else in the club.
man, I got a homegirl. I tried to tell this about her, tell this about a guy she was dating. And she tried to fight me up and down. That wasn't the case. That they didn't look at him like a goofy. But for a man to talk about your girl and about how he wants your girl and what he do to your girl,
That is insane.
they look
What
at
if
you.
y'all not just? What if y'all just talking? Like it's not. No, still off limits.
Oh, this is my girl. Like it's when we as men, as friends, as men, we have a conversation. Like even if I don't even know you and we talking about a chick and they be like, oh, then that's your girl. I instantly men would be instantly like, oh my bad, G, I ain't need to. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody girl, they mommy and they sisters. Like we don't really talk like it be a code like oh damn not in your like nah not to your face or not while you right there nah G like nah so
I agree.
we ain't on that.
Well, shout out to them. Shout out to him though, because you know he realized he wasn't ready at the time. Like he's like I wasn't ready anyways at the time.
Okay.
He waited for his bae, and look, it worked out. They happy. They got beautiful children out of it. They got a beautiful wedding, happily ever after. Ladies, there's hope for us.
Okay. And men,
The
be
little
like Derrick Rose. Don't be out here wasting that queen time when you know you're not ready.
Okay.
Go
May all
home and
your
work on
Delulus become Chirululus.
real Delulus.
yo that's all I was saying because y'all be out it, one of these days when we start doing these streams one of these days I'm gonna get the
You gonna
real
start telling our business for real?
I want the real you to really get on this screen.
This is
And
not the
Jay,
real me.
the real you is you are being authentic. I'm liking you, Jay. You're being authentic to you yourself. You're not putting up this.
So what am I being, Delulu?
You definitely in character.
I am not Delulu. But
You in
I've been
character.
on here telling
I'm
my
not gonna
business.
lie, I was just the Lulu recently, so I had to come to my senses. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it
Authentic Bree
happens.
is gonna take
Baby,
us to the top. I'm trying to tell y'all. When I get Bree
I've
to
been
get
out here.
if I get her to be authentically herself on this show, it's gonna take us to the next level.
I've been out
Uh
here getting played, okay?
Me too,
uh
girl. I'm sorry. Me too.
cause Bree got some stories, boy.
Baby, I do my own story time with Bree segment. Specific stories.
Um, what I was gonna say, 'cause I know we got to close out. I mean, this has been a good live, but I do one thing I think we kind of brushed over, but I want to kind of like highlight again. I do want to shout out to the whole Chicago Sky experience and like with Taylor and what he did with bringing
Yes.
Money
Yeah.
It was
to
fire.
Hollywood. Um, because a lot of oftentimes like independent artists and just up and coming artists don't get that opportunity like that. Like that's a huge opportunity to fucking perform at a halftime game of what was it a professional team a sports team in a situation where the Sky was playing to make the playoffs. Like they won that game, they made it to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? And we got a playoff game tonight. Watch it. They playing the Aces, Las Vegas Aces. But that was dope. And I think as we talk about the business and as we talk about Chicago and building our culture and just the things that we need to do better, I think that's like something that we need to highlight of someone just using their platform and
Mhm.
resources to bring different artists up to do different things. So I feel like that was really dope and that was a great experience, you know what I'm saying? And it was just love in the building, you know what I mean? Like uh the love was just in the building. So it was dope, man. It was dope. So shout out to Taylor, shout out to Monty, shout out to Hollywood, shout out to the whole what's the word team. You know what I'm saying? Doing their work behind the
Even though
scenes.
you ain't acknowledged us that day, but it's okay.
Didn't even say hi. Didn't even hit the
That's
group.
okay. Can you okay? Yeah,
Didn't
just
hit the
let
group
let
chat like, yo,
go.
y'all good? Y'all find y'all
Okay.
seats?
Y'all need
Like,
anything? Thank y'all for coming. Oh, y'all look good up there.
I mean, honestly, it was a work thing, but I think y'all was good up there holding it down because there's good camaraderie for y'all
Cody,
as a
you
team.
was standing there not doing anything.
I
I
was
After the
really
doing
game,
was.
we was waiting on you a little bit after the game, and you ain't come over. Nothing.
that's a lot. I'm not gonna get into it. I was doing a lot, okay? And that be a thing. That's a thing too. And I want y'all to really start doing that. Like y'all, how y'all be coming at me, Cody this, Cody that, and y'all never really give me like the yo, like I do a lot for a lot of people on a daily basis.
I say thank you.
I say thank you.
Ooh,
I never say thank you.
hold on, put the screen on her.
I don't act grateful. Yeah, make me big. Maximize me real quick. I don't act like I'm grateful to be here because I'm confused.
You can't even say that with confidence.
I can't.
Yeah,
I
you
did.
can't.
You want me to
You
sit
right.
up?
You can't. That is crazy.
So
That
I don't
is
act like I'm grateful to be here.
that is crazy.
That's
You
insane
my
that you
you
think
my you
that
my
I'm not
bestie.
grateful to be
You my
here.
bestie, and I love you. And I'm not gonna
I
do
say
you.
thank you. When you do something for me, I say thank you. The
So
very rare moments where you actually do something for me, I say thank you.
I
that's
say thank you because
that
I
is
might give you a
crazy.
hard time at first. Maybe your mind just be clouded because I give you a hard time at first.
Or maybe you just skip over the messages like you did mine this week.
And this is my point exactly. This is like in real time. It's like, yo, that same grace that y'all want, just make sure y'all can reciprocate that all the way around. Anything we do. That's the same thing from the
I'm
team
grateful for
situation.
you. I'm grateful for
I'm
Cindy.
grateful for you.
I'm
I sound
grateful for Chelsea.
like that. That's grateful and just had grace, like that grace period, like that down each other's throat, or they quit to do this and do that. Like yo, like let's have
We
that grace.
get along great. It just be with you.
It be with
Everybody
you.
else have a great time. We have
All
a
right,
great time
man. We
here.
go. We get out of this broadcast, man. Like, so Bree, what music you been listening to?
Um, dang, I don't know what I would. You know what? I've been listening to some old Big Sean. That's what I was listening to earlier today in the gym and yesterday.
Okay, you been in the gym. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
Uh, I've been listening to. I'm not even gonna lie. I've been listening to that six take three. That blast and Bino Redx.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's when I've been fucking with it. It got some joints on there I like. So
I
yeah,
love Blast.
yeah, I like them two together. They got this little
Me and
sound.
Chicago artists like Blast that come out in.
You know what, Chicago? You know what be crazy to me about Chicago artists? Well, I'm gonna say Chicago, but artists from the crib is that we have summertime shot is unmatched vibes, and there's nobody that ever make music for summertime shot.
I'm trying to think if we ever had a song. I feel like No Problem was a big summer song.
How long ago was No Problem? That was 2016.
Okay, but it was a big summer song. Uh Other than that, yeah. I feel like No Problem was a big summer record.
I feel like that whole album had a nice little summertime shot vibe to it.
It did.
Coloring book, how you know what I'm saying? Same drugs, you don't do the same drugs no more. Like
Yeah.
he had a whole
New
little,
Jam. Yeah.
yeah, he had a whole
It
little
was
vibe
some hits
to
on
it.
there. I
It
don't
was,
think yeah, like nobody I thought liquor store was gone this summer.
we ain't got no summertime shot barbecue outside vibe. We don't got none of that type. No one dropped
I
a
feel
song.
like liquor store been making it. I wish the remix would have came out though.
Talking about that move
No, that wouldn't have been that's not a summer song.
or boom.
No, move. It's like a juke song. So would you say "Put Me to the Sluts" is a summer song? I think it's the closest thing we got to one.
It's quarter to close songs to the summer. But when I say a summertime shy song, a song that like Blast make music for like the barbecue, the summertime, you
Yeah,
chill. Like we don't have no records like that. Like we don't got no pole pimping. Let me play with your emotions. So you ain't got none of them no do or die. Like we ain't got none of them type records. Like I'm not trying to be with my mom and I'm not trying to hit no point me to the sluts while I'm playing for spades.
that's true. You're right. I agree.
But yeah, Jay, what you been listening to before we close out?
I actually Cody challenged me to listen to some local artists, so I've been listening to CCBKE. I just think that's how
Love
you.
But
I
CC.
love her. Like, I'm not gonna
and
lie, I feel like I was watching one of her videos the other day, and when I tell you it was given, like, Bree, I know you know this, like when a female MC first, like female rapper first come out, there's this authenticity, this like just
Before she
before the industry
started
get to
being
them, like
corny,
before
wearing
the glitz
wigs,
and
and
glam,
yes.
just raw. She gives that. Like she was giving me like not like Nikki, old like but old Nikki
She
type, like
her.
just that
Like,
raw.
yeah, she her, and she don't gotta do too
Yeah,
much. I love CC.
yeah,
Shout out
CC.
to Out
yeah.
West for the
I like
win.
her.
She keeps dropping records like and of her personality, I've been around her a few times, but I ain't really like kicked it with her.
She act like she rap. Like,
If her
Yeah,
personality
yeah,
matches the records and if she cool, shorty out of here.
she cool for sure.
And she can
yeah. I
make
think she definitely got it. I want to take her to New York, low key.
she
Get
can
her
make the record.
tapped into some media outlets in New York.
We
But
can set that up.
yes, yes. But I think she's up next. I feel like she got so much potential. So that's what I've been listening to lately. And Nas is dropping tomorrow on his
Here you go.
birthday.
Just New York.
All right, I'm about tired of Nas, man.
Nah, you know what? Don't do
It's
that
time to
ever.
go.
That's a legend, okay? He gave us 6 classic albums in 3 years.
He didn't get. They not all classic. They're good music.
Okay, we
Not
not
classic.
finna get into that right now.
They're not classic.
Anyways, Nas
Baby.
is dropping
The only
tomorrow,
one that
so
was the only one that was classic out of all them albums was King Disease One.
Our
you're
King Disease on.
bugging.
Yes,
Bugging heavy. No, 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 no. Magic was good.
it
King
was good, but they're not
Disease
classic.
3 was good. Like, don't do that. Don't do that to
There
my
were good projects, but there were not. They're not classics. The only,
We have
only one
4
that
minutes left.
was classic was
right.
King Disease. Let's keep it real.
Whatever.
Right.
Nas is dropping tomorrow.
Whatever.
Y'all listen to that. Okay. Don't
Shout
listen
out
to
to
what
Nas,
Cody say.
man.
He
Shout out
too
to Nas.
Chicago. He don't know nothing about no real.
Wow,
You make it up, man.
wow, that's
Oh,
crazy.
make sure y'all go vote for People's Choice. CCBKE
Vote
is also
Cece.
one of our People's
Y'all
Choice
better vote Cece.
artists. Okay, go vote for her. People was calling me yesterday about her.
And
Go vote. What's the word.tv? Submit your music to what's the word.tv. Make sure you click the 3 dots because y'all don't know what a menu Dropbox is these days. Click the 3 little lines. It's gonna Dropbox. It's gonna say original content. Click what's the buzz radio. Submit your music for free. Everybody else be charging y'all. We don't. Period. If I drop a mixtape, would y'all support it?
And that's the end of the broadcast. It was dope for y'all being on here. Check us out. Vote what's the word? People's Choice. I love y'all. Jay Marie and Bree Specific. Cindy, thank you for holding us down today.
Love y'all.
And we out.